Hello and welcome to a Let's Play of Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. I also have the Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition, so this Let's Play will conclude the entire Baldur's Gate saga. Uh, Technically, I suppose this is a blind Let's Play, but it is an enhanced edition of a game I've already made a playthrough, so I'm not sure if there's any point in saying this is a blind Let's Play. It won't mean much. Also, I've looked a little bit beforehand about this game for a very specific reason or two. I don't particularly just want to make another playthrough of Baldur's Gate. So my plan is to exclude all NPC companions that are part of the original game. So basically only include new additions. So with that in mind, I've looked beforehand where you can get the new NPCs. My reason for that is twofold. One, I have to have some kind of idea what type of party we're creating, because it would influence what type of character I want. Two, I don't want to waste a huge amount of time hunting down NPCs that might not even exist there. So this way I'm not gonna waste that much time. Right, there's a open cutscene.
No, you can't. I will be the last, and you will go first. Jimmy, please!
Right. Same idea as the original game cutscene, but done differently. Game. Right. I've chosen my own class to be a shaman for a couple of reasons. First, it's something that's it's a character class that is added in the enhanced edition, and it's a casting class that works a little bit differently to every other class. I suppose you could say it's like a druid. It's like a sorcerer to a fuck. What a sorcerer is to a mage, a shaman is to a druid. So basically, he gets to choose a few spells from each level and then cast them pretty much interchangeably, instead of having to memorize specific spells and a specific amount of them each time you rest. So yeah, it has that kind of flexibility, but it's not exactly the same. It has some kind of own spellcasting system with spirits. It seems to be a lot of spirit focus. Also, it's specifically mentioned that it's excluded from all strongholds in Baldur's Gate 2, so it doesn't have a stronghold of any kind there. So it's not exactly a druid either. It seems to have some kind of ability where you basically disable yourself and start to do some kind of a casting dance that has a chance to summon up spirits to fight for you, things like that. So it's not exactly, there's nothing exactly like it in the game. So I'm interested in seeing what exactly does it offer. Also, it doesn't require that much wisdom as other divine spellcasters usually do, so I can basically dump everything into physical attributes. Uh, have Orc Race, so extra constitution and strength, should help with the melee at least a little bit, but it's a caster, so mostly should be relying on casting. That's more or less it. Has proficiencies in detect illusion for some reason, don't know why. I've chosen my first spells to be Bless, Cure Light Wounds, and Spirit Ward. I don't exactly even recall what Spirit Ward does anymore. It might be a spell that basically comes with the class no matter what you do.
Get over here!
Melas the Vulture. And yeah, weaponry, spear, and short bow. Right. Core rules. Aimed at veteran players who are well versed in AD&D mechanics. Enemies deal full damage, party members can permanently die, and spells aren't guaranteed to be copied to spellbooks. That's one feature I fucking hate. I hate it so much. It's a game. I just don't see the point. But the normal setting has the enemies dealing less damage, party members can't permanently die. It just the game doesn't need that. I mean, we're already getting pretty much full hit points anyway, so that increases the party's survivability significantly. If the enemies will get to 25% less damage, that's another huge increase in survivability for the party. It's just I don't like it. It makes things too easy.
Nestled atop the cliffs that rise from the Sword Coast, the citadel of Candlekeep houses the finest and most comprehensive collection of writings on the face of Farron. It is an imposing fortress, kept in strict isolation from the intrigues that occasionally plague the rest of the Forgotten Realms. It is secluded, highly regimented, and it is home. Within these hallowed halls of knowledge, your story begins. You have spent most of your 20 years of life within this keep's austere walls, under the tutelage of the sage Gorion. Acting as your father, he has raised you on 1,000 tales of heroes and monsters, lovers and infidels, battles and tragedies. However, one story was always left untold, that of your true heritage. You have been told that you are an orphan, but your past is largely unknown. Lately, Gorion has been growing distant from you, as if some grave matter weighs heavily on his heart. You have asked about his concerns as gently as possible, but your queries have been in vain. Your sole comfort is the knowledge that he is a wise man, and you know he will tell you when the time is right. Nonetheless, his silence is troubling, and you cannot help but feel that something is terribly wrong. Today, Gorion has appeared more agitated than ever, and now he has uncharacteristically interrupted your chores in the middle of the day, imparting hurried instructions for you to equip yourself for travel. He has handed you what gold he can spare, but given no clue as to why. Nevertheless, you now stand before the Candlekeep Inn, ready to purchase what you need for an unplanned and unexpected journey.
AI scripts. Don't like that. No scripts. Right, the user interface is sort of familiar and different at the same time. There's a lot more access to specific information about things. Right, Shaman class. Anything notable here? Yeah, the shamanic dance. It improves with level ups. Um, Shamans can summon spirit allies by performing a ritualistic dance. While dancing, the shaman takes a -4 penalty to armor class and cannot move, attack, cast spells, or use items or special abilities, or perform any other activity. Each round, while the shaman dances, there is a 35% base chance, plus 2% for each level of the shaman, that a spirit will answer the call up to a maximum of 75% at level 20. Any summoned spirit will disappear if the shaman moves, stops dancing, or if the spirit leaves visual range. The spirits grow in power as the shaman gains additional levels. So basically, take yourself out of the combat in exchange for start summoning spirit allies to fight the fight. It also has one
Right, what's
additional
this then?
nice point. I looked at there's 4 NPCs that are part of the enhanced edition. So we basically will form a 5-man party. The thing is, there's 2 fighter classes and 2 arcane spellcasting classes. So divine spellcaster is a good fit. Other would be some kind of a thief or a rogue type of a character. But we can sort of work around that. It's hard to work with a group if it doesn't have a divine caster though, because you can't heal properly without it. It also provides a lot of buffs and things like that. So the shaman just made a lot of sense as far as I'm concerned. 100 gold pieces.
Sorted.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse. My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
Yeah. I don't really know if we can use any real armor, but just basic weaponry is something we can afford. It's about 20 arrows per pop. I think in Icewind Dale 8 Enhanced Edition it was something like 80 arrows can be stuck to, on top of each other. Right, it's the same here. Can still afford the armor, I suppose. Only can wear bucklers. Can use a helmet too, that's unexpected. Right, we're piece 4, but we could afford our equipment set. Right. Shamanic dance. Can I test this? No spirits answer your call. So once per round it attempts to... Yeah, it's just 35%, something like that. What I want to see is what exactly do I summon. Yeah, currently it doesn't make much sense. It's a desperation move. What is it? Hound spirit. So it's basically a dog that I can't even command. Right. And the moment I stop this, it goes away.
Sorted. You rang.
Okay.
Sorted.
There's a couple of more small tasks we can do here.
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays.
Fetch an identify scroll from Fetheril. I don't want to do speak out every little shitty NPC dialogue we encounter. A lot of it is sort of pointless anyway. At the same time, I'm not sure what exactly has been changed in the Enhanced Edition. So, it doesn't really play much of a part as far as speaking out every piece of dialogue. More of a... I'm afraid I'm assuming too much. Basically assuming, because I still recall the game fairly well, even though I haven't played it recently. So basically, am I going to assume things are gonna be one way, but at the enhanced edition has changed it somehow, added to it maybe. So I'm inclined to basically stick my nose into quite a lot of things, even though I might suspect that
Sorted.
there's nothing of real interest there, or rather there shouldn't be.
Right, what's this then?
Not sure I want to do much with the first tutorial section of the game. It should most likely be very small tasks that reward you in a minor way, but nothing of importance happens here.
Hello
This is
there.
more of a talk to a few people, get to know the system, that sort of thing. Right. We can bless 3 times, heal 3 times, or use Spirit Ward, which is what? Surrounds the recipient with a magical barrier at a distance of 1 foot. Spirits, fey creatures, elementals, and spectral undead receive a penalty of -2 to hit when attacking the protected creature. In addition, the recipient gains +3 bonus to saving throws against all spells that belong to the enchantment school. The spell cannot be cast on spirits, fey. It's a piece of shit spell, basically. But it is what it is. Could be useful in certain situations. I think it's a little bit too specific to be all the great of use.
What do you need?
Yeah, he wants. I think he wants
What do you
a.
need?
Yeah, the cow is sick, so he wants a healing spell. I'm not sure. I like all these notifications the game is throwing my way. At the same time, they're not harmful. You could easily miss out these things. Are they a proper quest or a task or not? At least if there's a notification, I guess it's basically something that if you complete it, you'll get some kind of a experience points reward for it, something like that. So it's probably better that
Hello?
it is there
Right, what's this then?
than not.
Hello?
Shank.
Oh, goody goody. I've gone and found ye first. You are the ward of Gorion, no doubt.
Well, I do not recognize you. Who are you and what are you doing here?
Who I am is unimportant, but who you are is very much so. I apologize for this dirty bit of business, but I must seek your death. A pity, I know, but it would seem your head is worth an exceptional amount to me. I kill you myself, and I need not share credit with anyone.
Get over here!
Ah, right. Health bars. I think it corresponds to this. Uninjured would be full, then barely injured, then injured, then what comes after that? Seriously injured, something like that, and then near dead. So it's not strictly speaking hit points, but your overall condition. It sort of looks a bit funny to me, but I guess I'll keep it, because here's what I'll tend to do in any kind of serious situation otherwise. Constantly do this to see what their condition is. This gives me the same information without having to do that. Yeah, low level fights. Automatic looting system, so you don't have to go for every body. For most things, I like the enhanced editions. I wouldn't say they're perfect by any means, but at the same time, most of the things they have changed actually do enhance it, make it take a lot of the pointless, time-consuming little activities and streamline them. Nothing of real depth of the game is being lost by doing so. It just makes things progress in the actual game instead of the minor secondary things.
Right, what's this then?
I doubt we're gonna get a level up out of this. Uh, Definitely not gonna get a level up out of this, doing these little tasks. We might get a little bit of extra experience, a little bit of money, so
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
three more. I think Reaver wants us to
By
kill rats.
Moradin's hammer.
Yeah. Not a glorious quest, but it's a quest.
Right, what's this then?
And the weapon broke. Fuck. I thought the spear would be a wooden weapon. Apparently it's not. I mean, it's not exactly a huge surprise. It has the blade at the tip, which makes it a spear instead of a stave, but it pisses me off how easily they break. But I guess that's the point.
By
I'm on it.
Moradin's hammer.
50 experience points, 5 gold pieces. So, experience points wise, this is like killing maybe a couple of minor animals, and we get a little bit of pocket change out of it, so I don't want to waste too much time on it. Just want to get the actual quests and complete them as quickly as possible.
Our rules are very strict.
Right, I seem to recall this house had a healing potion maybe, something like that.
Sorted.
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
Excellent. It's a valuable potion.
Right, what's this then?
Right, so the additional companions we get should be... There's a little bit of a problem with them. The main problem is that they're from all over the alignment spectrum. There's neutrals, lawful goods, and evil sons of bitches. So managing the reputation might be a little bit problematic. I want to keep all of them if that's possible. At the same time, some might be more crucial than others, just to have a fairly functioning party together.
I have a blade with your name on it.
Carbos.
Hey there. You're Grindslow, aren't ya? Yeah, you match the description. You don't look so dangerous to me.
And what business is that of yours?
I'll make it my business if I please. Just thought I'd have a look at you for myself before I put a blade down your gullet. Someone seems to think you're trouble, so I'm gonna use your head for a ticket out of the gutter. I'm just a little street trash, what they say, but I'll show him.
Problem here is that I don't actually have any skill in quarterstaff, so trying to kill
Right, what's
him with
this then?
using that is pretty desperate. 1 point of damage, and he's injured. So it's not really uninjured, it's barely injured and that. He's going to get easy hits by this. I could... probably too pathetic for us to really lose against.
Right, what's this then?
Something on your mind?
Alright, I think we have to bring some
I'm on it.
crossbow bolts to Fueler.
I should have joined the army. I should have joined the army.
Right. And
Sorted.
we need to get the identifier scroll. That's pretty much it. Right, it doesn't look like there's anything particularly interesting or new here. I wasn't exactly expecting it either, though. This is just tutorials. Okay, who the hell has the scroll? I seem to recall it was some kind of rogue monk here. Not the chanters. Chanters aren't chanting anything in this version. Okay, now they're chanting.
Greetings,
Ethereal.
young one.
Right. Just need to buy the arrows and we're pretty much set. Crossbow bolts.
I'm on it.
My
from here?
hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
I'm assuming a single 20 bushel bolts gonna do it.
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays.
Yeah, all these little jobs are about 50 gold pieces, more or less.
Right, what's this then?
50 experience points, not gold pieces.
Hello there.
Barely worth doing. We're getting some minor reward items out of doing this, but they're worth like a couple of gold pieces at most. Still, it could be fairly valuable. The first level up is pretty much the best you can hope for. Doubles your hit points. Current survivability is pretty weak, and we don't even have the melee weapon we have skills in using. I don't think I want to stock up on a huge amount of spears just because they might break easily. Rather, might be better to try to save money to just buy a magical version that doesn't break. You'd think +1 spears would be easy to get. Area map background. So places you can actually go to.
Right, what's this then?
I should have joined the army.
Yeah, a little bit of extra money and a couple of
Right,
items.
what's this then?
All quests finished. Still, the few hundred experience points might be very valuable. 2,500 experience points before we can even get to level 2, that's quite a lot. Usually it's something around 1,000, 1,500. I'll sell the gem and ring I got. Inventory space is gonna
Right,
be
what's this then?
fairly
My
limited
hotel's
anyway.
as clean as an elven arse.
Game doesn't be selling any kind of item that could gem bags, scroll containers, things like that could help us out.
Sorted.
Right. Might as well leave. Every NPC companion that basically was part of the original game, we might talk to them, do things like that, maybe accept some kind of a quest, but we are definitely just kicking them out of the group immediately if they join up.
Hey, it's me, Emmowen.
Yes, yes, yes. Leave me be. I have no time to waste on today, child. If I have to be a little bit rude to do it, that's fine. I have none of them are gonna be in the party.
Oh, my child, I am glad I have found you.
This is very unnerving, I know, but you must trust me. It is very important that you pack your possessions so that we may leave Candlekeep immediately. Hurry, for there is no time to tarry. The keep is well protected but not invulnerable.
Um, yeah, I'm ready to go right now.
Listen carefully. If we ever become separated, it is imperative that you make your way to the Friendly Arm Inn. There you will meet Khalid and Jahira. They have long been my friends, and you can trust them. Let's hurry, child. The night can only get worse, so we must find shelter soon. Don't worry. I will explain everything as soon as there is time. Wait, there is something wrong. We are in an ambush. Prepare yourself.
You're perceptive for an old man. You know why I'm here. Hand over your ward and no one will be hurt. If you resist, it shall be a waste of your life.
You're a fool if you believe I would trust your benevolence. Step aside and you and your lackeys will be unhurt.
I am sorry that you feel that way, old man. The dawn is especially cruel this morning. You awake with the realization that you have not been living some horrible dream. Ambushed, you saw Gorion cut down before your eyes, and even his powerful magic could not stop the onslaught. It was his wish that you flee, but that does not remove the feeling of helplessness that now overwhelms you. Hand over your ward, the armored fiend had said. He was after you and you alone, but why? If only Gorion had given some clue. But now you are alone and lost. Candlekeep is near, but you will find no quarter there. The readers pay for their serenity with rather draconian entry rules, and without Gorion's influence, their doors will remain closed. You will not last long on your own with your meager equipment. Perhaps you can get some help from the friends Gorion mentioned, the ones at the Friendly Arm.
I think they've changed the fight there between Saravak and Gorion. I don't recall the exact details of the original game fight, but this went more or less like you would expect with basically the wizard cast sensible spells and protections, and he died because one of the support characters dispelled his spell protections. After that, Saravak basically killed him immediately. I seem to recall the original fight goes, he casts some attack spells and things like that, then they sort of stab each other with a Saravak with a sword and Gorion with a dagger, and then Gorion just suddenly dies. It's it doesn't make much sense if you've played a few of these fights. This, on the other hand, seems to make a lot of sense.
Hey, it's me, Emmowen.
It's a small detail, I suppose, but for a person who's played the game, who's played these fights, it sort of stands out immediately. Yeah, just please leave.
You're a queer fellow.
Okay. exactly can I do that much?
Go on then.
We're probably better off for trusting our arrows than the stick. Right, the companions we can get. There's supposed to be one at the Friendly Arm Inn, one at Beregast, one at Nashkill, and one in Larswood. Two will be Arcane Cat, one will be Wild Mage, one will be a Sorcerer, one will be a Blackguard, so that's a variation on a Paladin, and one will be a Monk variation. So 2 fighters, 2 Arcane Casters. I don't want to do too much
I'm on it.
adventuring with no one in the party. It tends to be fairly tough. It's hard for me to kill anyone. I can buff and heal, but I
Steady
can't
now.
do melee, so it's basically me running away from enemies and shooting them with arrows. So I want to do as
Sorted.
little of that as possible. It's more or less I can do it, but it's an ineffective way to kill anything. Just waste a lot of time. So I'm going to go in there, loot the ambush site, and basically just get the fuck out of here. Try to get us immediately at least another party member. Main goal initially is to get the party together. I don't think one of them we can't. I don't think we can get one of them though. It seems to have some kind of level restriction before you can get it. So we can get a 4-man party going immediately, I think. Each one will have to wait, but that's fine. Even 2 to 3 guys allows for you to fight effectively. What we really want is just one of the 2 warriors, so we can actually kill things. My friend Gorion, please forgive the abruptness with which I now write, but time is short and there is much to be done. What we have long feared may soon come to pass, though not in the manner foretold, and certainly not in the proper time frame. As we both know, forecasting these events has proved increasingly difficult, leaving little option other than a leap of faith. We have done what we can for those in thy care, but the time nears when we must step back and let matters take what course they will. We have perhaps been a touch too sheltering to this point. Despite my desire to remain neutral in this matter, I could not, in good conscience, let events proceed without some measure of warning. The other side will move very soon, and I urge thee to leave Candlekeep this very night, if possible. The darkness may seem equally threatening, but a moving target is much harder to hit, regardless of how sparse the cover. A fighting chance is all that I can be asked for at this point. Should anything go awry, do not hesitate to seek aid from travelers along the way. I do not need to remind thee that it is a dangerous land even without our current concerns, and a party is stronger than an individual in all respects. Should additional assistance be required, I understand that Jahira and Khalid are currently at the Friendly Arm Inn. They know little of what has passed, but they are ever thy friends and will no doubt help however they can. Luck be with us all. I'm getting too old for this. Signed Eve. Right, friendly army it is. Not Jahira and Khalid though. Outrunning a wolf, that's a that's a good achievement. Binkos. Low Binkos. Critical miss. You attack.
you
As
rang?
long as the wolf doesn't get a critical hit on me, I think we can kill it simply because, yep,
Right, what's this then?
simply because I can heal. But yeah, this is the problem with the early game characters. And I suppose more of a problem with the fact that you have this iron crisis going on that breaks all weapons that have a metallic component to them, because the break-in chance is so high. So you can't rely on the one weapon you might have any skill in. That's a pretty big problem. I mean, I could have easily lost this fight even if I had my weapon, but now I don't. So it is what it is. And this is why we want to party. Pretty sure I only need one hit to kill it. Okay, 2 hits. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Just sad. Sad, sad, sad. For 65 experience points, all that trouble. Okay. Something in the tree. Didn't notice that earlier. A diamond. Okay. Sorry, chum. I can't stop the chat. There's been another caravan raided northeast of Bergast, and I must report these dire straits to the Grand Dukes. Messenger's work is never done. Well, the diamond should give us enough of a financial boost that we might be able to start doing something immediately. The Friendly Arm Inn. I do like this major sites of importance are immediately marked on the map thing. I think it makes a lot of sense. Also, for a totally new player, it gives you an idea where you might want to be hidden. And also, when they talk about locations, you have an immediate understanding of what they're referring to.
Oh, there, wanderer. Stay thy course a moment to indulge an old man.
Old man.
Oh there, wanderer, stay thy course for a moment to indulge an old man. It's been nigh into 10 days since I've seen a soul walking this road, and I've been without decent conversation since. Traveling nowadays appears to be the domain of either the desperate or the deranged. If thou wouldst pardon my intrusion, may I inquire which pertains to thee?
A fair bit of desperate, actually. Might you know the way to the Friendly Arm Inn? I was told I might find some friends there.
That I would. The inn is but a short distance to the north, and its doors are open to all. I have no doubt that thy friends shall be there waiting with open arms. My sympathies for any hardships the road may have inflicted upon thee, though I am certain everything shall turn out for the best. Aye, but I have wasted too much of thy time and said too much already. I shall take my leave and wish thee all the best.
Lion's Way, Candlekeep to the west, Coastway to the
Right, what's this then?
Gibberling. Disease Gibberling. Usually there's a group of them. I mean, a Gibberling is not a powerful opponent. Disease Gibberling is a weaker version of that. Seem to recall a few locations where there are hidden items, even right from the early game.
Hello, pal.
We definitely should at least check them out. If they have remained the same, they're incredibly useful. If they have been changed, I'd like to know. Aeon. If you don't mind, please try to keep your voices down. There are beasties about with better hearing than we. What should I be wary of in this area? Around here, I wouldn't worry yourself too much unless you're brainless and charge everything you see. Mostly gibberlings, but they aren't too much of a hassle. A fair bow and a good sword arm could handle one, maybe two. More with mage or cleric backup. Wolves have become a bit more predatory lately. I think it's because more people are hunting for their food, seeing as how the iron shortage took away their normal livelihoods. A hungry wolf is a nasty thing, and I wouldn't travel without a group if I were you. Hint, 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 nudge, nudge, nudge. Right, I'm pretty sure there's a ring of protection +1 somewhere here. Maybe? Possibly? No. Yep. Well, I can't exactly say for sure if it's a ring of protection +1, but it looks like a ring of protection +1. Should be worth about 1000 gold, although I think I'll take the protection benefits at this point. I can use every little bit I can get.
You have been waylaid by enemies.
Yeah, I'm dead.
You must defend yourself.
I'm a...
What? No chance at all.
Spit it out. I'm on it.
I mean, that kind of an ambush on a first level character on your own. I mean, I didn't even survive the first salvo coming my way.
I'm on it.
No chance at all. There should be an enemy waiting for us inside the keep. Also recall a hidden item somewhere here, a ring up for mages. Initially, these are powerful things, and the game seems to have all the original ones. The thing is, I seem to recall that the very first version of the game, you couldn't highlight these, so they were genuinely hidden things for you to find. There's sort of an indication that there's something on the stone, but you'd have to have very good eyes to spot that. Although the game had a lesser maximum resolution, so it would have been much more clear. It just, with the highlight thing, they're trivially easy to spot, so they might seem like they're extremely good items just thrown about very easily for you to get, which they are, but that's because of the later added features, not because they initially were such easy things to find. They were genuinely hidden things for you to get. I'm not sure if I can take on the spellcaster here. Problem is, I can't interrupt him in any way, and I don't think I have the hit points to survive his attacks.
I'm on it.
So maybe I could get the shamanic dance to work for me, something like that. Maybe get the guards to save my ass. And there are multiple guards holding their position here. So okay, I think the game has basically been changed a little bit. There wasn't anything particularly dangerous on the way here, besides the ridiculously dangerous ambush, but that's a random thing. Usually these guards are supposed to be patrolling, not standing as guard. So 3 guards attacking him. I think I have an easy time surviving this. I don't care about the experience, I just need help. Harnish. Hi friend, I've not seen you here before today. What brings you to the friendly arm? here to meet some friends. Oh, you must be whom I am meeting then. I will take you to your friends, but first I should be sure you are the correct person. Is your name Melas the Vulture? I need to go.